On part 2 of our AgQuip series, we take a deep dive into the autonomous side of farming with SwarmFarm Robotics in partnership with both a Rasmussen Brothers engineering spraying unit and a Boss engineering spraying unit to see how the operator-free machines work and perform in the paddock. So Sam here from SwarmFarm, I'll get that right?
Yep.
We're come to have a look at the SwarmFarm. What's the actual model of it called? Sorry, in all fair clarity, I have no idea about these machines at all. So speak to me like I'm dumb, because I am. Okay.
No, so what this basically is, so what we call them just swarm bots.
Yep.
This is actually a version 5.5.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Not that that's going to mean a whole lot. So what it is, just a fully autonomous tractor, pretty much. Just doesn't have a cab on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
They're 85 horsepower, four-wheel drive, just diesel hydraulics, really.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And then what we do is we only build the yellow, the orange, and silver.
Yep.
And then we integrate with what we call Swarm Connect partners, which are the likes of RBE.
Yep.
To supply, probably a whole package. So here we've got a 12-metre spray rig, camera sprayer.
Yep.
But yeah, so we've got these we've got a lot of them in Broadacre. That's Broadacre spraying's the main thing that we do.
Yeah. Okay.
We do have some out there that are slashing, turf mowing, that sort of stuff. So,
is there any move towards spreading at all?
Yeah, the spreading's in the pipeline. That'll be one of the next ones to come out. We had a cotton planter at Cotton Conference last year. Yep. So as we look, probably the slow part of the integration is actually integrating with it, with the implement on the back. So rather than a tractor pulling a boom, the robot actually controls the boom. So it controls when it folds, when it unfolds, when it sprays, when it doesn't. So that's probably the thing that takes a little bit of time, is that integration. Yeah, okay. Yep.
So I presume you've got a few partners in the integration now going forward?
Yeah, so RBE, here on site we've got RBE, Croplands, Boss and Hayes.
Yep.
RBE do this linkage sprayer, so also very good for irrigation. We've got a few out in irrigation at the moment, so in the row crops.
Yep.
So that's probably one move that we are going towards, is row cropping.
Yeah, righto. Yep.
Especially with these linkage booms, because you're not trailing another unit behind it.
Yeah, particularly going over hills and whatever, that sort of stuff, like your rotorbucks at the end, all that sort of stuff there.
And you're able to turn around in the rotorbucks, and these ones, particularly because they're on linkage, have wingtip lift. So as it turns in your head ditch, over in front of your head ditch, it'll lift the bit.
Lift them up, that's smart, very smart. So run us through the actual automation side of it, because obviously that's the big change over a tractor, so to speak. Is so basically to get it to the paddock, just start at a regular day, you tow it there?
No, so what you do is you've got to pre-map everything.
Yep.
So that's, at the end of the day, the mapping and the planning side is the most important.
As big as anything. Yep.
Yeah, it's worth putting the effort into that and getting it all done. What you do is just take the front receiver off and you just put it on a buggy or a ute. Yep. And just drive around the perimeter of your paddock. Yeah. And also around all your internal obstacles, roadways, everything like that. So when you do start your planning, you want to map your roads, because that's where your robot will be able to autonomously move to the paddock. Yep. So say you're at the shed, start it up, press play, it'll find its own way out to the paddock that you've assigned. Yeah, okay. It'll get out there, it'll then unfold itself and start spraying.
So say you have to go down a public road, what's the deal then?
So there's two options there. You can see at the front, there's tow brackets.
Yep.
You can tow them.
Yeah, okay.
So usually behind a tractor or a small truck.
Yep.
Or you can float it. So a lot of people do just float it, chuck it on a spreader deck.
Yeah.
It's just as quick.
Take it where it needs to go.
Depends on what you've actually got access to and how far you've got to take it.
Yeah. What's your axle width? What is it set?
3 metres, is it?
If you're going to be putting it on a drop deck or something?
Yeah, so you've got three options for axle width. It's 2, 3 and 4 metres.
Okay.
We could also go another foot higher than this as well. So that's the only things that are really customisable on the robot is the axles and the tyres.
Yeah. Yep.
Anything above the chassis is the same on all the robots.
Yeah, okay. Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. So at the moment they're not shifting axles. You can't move them.
Yep. You get what you get when you order it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it weigh empty if you're going to tow it down the road? So you're going to hook your Land Cruiser to it?
You'll be over. This will be
Good excuse to buy a Dodge Ram.
So this here is about 5 tonne empty.
So it's fine.
5 tonne, yeah.
Oh, 5 tonne loaded, sorry.
5 tonne loaded.
Yeah, 5 tonne loaded. So
but still, it's unbraked.
3.5 tonne empty.
Yeah. So you get away with it like a
Tractor.
heavy duty Ranger that's coming. It's a 4 tonne.
Yeah, that's
rating.
Super Duty.
Yep.
Yeah. You tow it with a small tractor of some description, I suppose, from site
Well, you
to
can
site.
you can only tow it at about 30 k's an hour, 25
Yeah.
30 k's an hour. So
Yeah.
look,
A
you're
little
not.
150 horsepower maximum or something's just going to get the job
Yeah,
done.
100%.
Yeah. Move it from site to site. So how much fuel capacity are you
About
running
200
with it?
litres. So you'll get about a day out of it, depending on obviously a lot of factors, terrain and everything, and how hard it's working. But usually with these mounted booms, it'll get a bit over a day out of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, obviously with the camera spray, and we'll go into the camera spray a bit with the RBE boys, but what sort of, like, depending on the percentage of how much you're actually covering with the cameras and whatever, you got 1,500 litres, what sort of rate are you trying to spray on a general, spot spraying herbicide?
Generally, like, as you said, RBE could probably go into that a bit more, but if you're camera spraying, you're generally trying to spray it under 10%.
Yep.
So single figures.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Anything more than that, you're using a lot of chemical.
Yep.
And especially when you come to a 1,500 litre tank, you're going to be filling it up quite a lot.
Yes.
If you've got a higher weed percentage, whereas we've got a lot of customers that have down below, around 3% less than that.
Yeah,
So
yep.
in that instance, you're going to be filling up more diesel than you are chemical.
Yeah, yep, it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. So obviously it's a very proactive measure. So the robots can only travel at a maximum of 10 k's an hour. So you're not going to be able to beat any weather coming in.
Yep.
But you run it much like a centre pivot in the sense that it starts in one paddock, it works its way around the farm, and as soon as it finishes, you just chuck it back and start. There's no point putting it in the shed.
Yeah, you just keep rolling around with it.
And that's probably the biggest thing that we've had is the shift in mindset of it doesn't need to be big and it doesn't need to be fast if you're actually on top of it all.
Yep.
So if you're spraying, say, less than 3% weeds, you've got nothing there to germinate. You've got nothing to compete with your crops.
Yeah, yep.
It's a very different mindset to play with.
Yes, yeah. As you said, it is a shift in mindset for sure. Yeah. No, that's interesting. So coming up to obstacles, obviously you said you had to map like your trees and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. You do all your pre-mapping.
Yep.
But if there's anything you haven't mapped, it's got an obstacle detection, so it runs an Ouster LiDAR system.
LiDAR, yep.
It'll pick it up. That's the upgraded obstacle detection that we've gone to.
Yep.
They're accurate.
They're pretty
accurate.
good. Yep. Even for the width of the boom?
Yeah, so it knows how wide it is. So anytime it's folded up, it's only going to be looking to about 4 metres wide.
Yeah, right.
Anytime that's unfolded, it's going to be looking to, usually looks about half a metre outside the boom.
Yeah, right. Smart, yeah.
So, say this one here, 12 metre boom, it's going to be looking to, say, 12 and a half, really.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Now, if it does pick up, you do have the option to override the obstacle through your phone.
Yep.
So you can.
So it's all connected via an app.
Yep, everything's
or a web base, yeah. Yep.
So, and that's why a lot of them are now running out with Starlink on them, just so that a bit of peace of mind, you can keep an eye on it as well.
Yeah, it's not stop while you're not there watching it.
Yeah. So it'll pick it up. If you do override and it hits something, that's just a bumper.
Yeah, okay. It's like a stopper.
Like an e-stop.
Yeah,
So
smart.
it'll e-stop the robot, kill the engine, pretty much. But
and then if you're going to hit someone, they can hit the red button.
Yeah. Can we try and run over you?
Hey,
Can we try and run over you?
I'll just
That'd be good.
go underneath me. So, am I looking at a weather station up there as well?
yeah, so it's got so you set all your own parameters.
Yeah, okay. If it starts raining, you go, I don't want to bloody spray anymore.
It's not a rain gauge,
It's not a rain gauge.
but it'll.
Stops in the paddock, you've just got a mobile rain gauge.
You'd move it under your irrigator so you could Snapchat me the total, wouldn't you?
We're like, we get 25 mils again.
Yeah, so you set all your parameters: wind speed, delta T, humidity, everything like that.
Yep.
Even down to wind direction. So you're running sensitive crops next year.
Yeah.
You can turn off that wind direction so it's not going to spray at all.
Yeah, right. Yep.
What it does, it'll just wait, go into sleep. and
just
monitor the continuous
standby mode. Yeah.
And what that is, just turns off the engine, so it saves fuel.
Yeah.
Just manages it. It continues to monitor the weather, and once it's back within those set parameters, it'll just wake itself up and continue on. So the common thing we do here is that people don't realise how many spray windows there are in a night.
Yeah.
So through the night, like, it could be spray window could be open for 20 minutes, could be open for 2 hours, but
it's still going to be rolling.
Yeah, a lot of the time you're not going to want to get out of bed, are you?
No, not at all. Yeah. So it's, provided it doesn't run out of something. So if it runs out of chemical, it goes, I've got no more chemical, it'll just go back to a home point.
Can do, or you can pull it up in the paddock. We've actually also just released an autofill system.
Yeah, okay.
So now when they're empty, they'll actually go and fill themselves up.
Yeah, nice.
So we don't have one here, unfortunately, but it's a direct injection or hot mix.
Yeah,
so
okay.
You preset the rates that you want it to draw out, and the robot will actually control the rest of it.
Yeah.
What sort of efficiency gain are you seeing out of your autofill station? Like, by incorporating that into the system, it'd be massive, wouldn't it?
It is. It's only just come out.
Yeah.
So we've released the 2 first commercial ones over the last probably month.
Yep.
I think at the end of the day, it could mean putting out 1 extra load a night.
Yeah. Well,
so like if it pulls up at say 3 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to go out and fill it. But if it can go and fill itself up and at least get to 6, well, that means that you've gotten across.
So with your autofill system, is it a pre-mixing? You've just got swirling around in a tank and you just go straight in it?
Or it's direct injection.
Yeah, right.
So as I said, you just set all your rates and it'll draw from water and draw up to...
Yeah, right, okay. Yep.
I think it's up to 7 chemicals plus water.
7, yeah, right.
So, if you're mixing 7 chemicals, you've got a fair cocktail going. But
Yep. No, that's a potent brew.
Fly's pretty common for us.
That's what we call on the farm, chucking the kitchen sink at whatever you're trying to kill. but everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like so you can tell it what to do when it's empty, but this autofill system will be, I think, a bit of a game changer, because all of a sudden small, slow robot can now compete with the big 6,000 litres.
Because they're working when everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah, you're not running 2 shifts, you're just running 1.
So heavy, like obviously our farm, we're down southern New South Wales, our farm's just like, I think there's something like 1,000 trees over the whole thing. If you're getting into a situation of that and you've got them all mapped, what happens if you get like a branch on the ground? Can it actually lift up over them, or is it generally just stop and you can override, or how does it work?
It's not, unfortunately, it's not like your vacuum cleaner. It's not going to find its own way around a paddock.
Yeah,
so everything's got to be pre-set, pre-planned.
Yes.
And pre-mapped. What it's going to do is if your branch comes down, it's going to pick it up with the obstacle detection and just pull up and wait. Now, if you can set your sensitivity, so like if it's under a certain amount outside the wingtip, it'll continue on. You can then override it if you'd like.
Yeah, right.
That's all up to you, but generally just pull it up for you.
Yep. Yeah, okay. All right. We're here with Trev from RBE, who designed the sprayer on this same unit. So just having a look around that, we're looking at a camera system, a camera spraying system. Can you run us through how it all sort of works for those who haven't seen one?
So 6 years ago, SwarmFarm approached us to put a camera spraying system behind their robot. So we had the advantage of designing a spray boom to fit the SwarmFarm. We weren't existing spray boom manufacturers that had to try and adapt our boom to fit that. We were able to design it to integrate into the SwarmFarm. So
makes sense.
The SwarmFarm needs to know at all times what that's doing. It needs to know the height of that centre linkage. It needs to know the wingtip angle. It needs to know the flow pressure through the pump. It needs to know the tank level. It needs to know the airbag pressure. This is running on airbags. So all those things were important to design into it right from the word go, rather than have to adapt into it later. And we kind of did a really neat job of it, rather than having adaptation brackets and all that kind of stuff later. One of the key requirements for the design was obviously weight. Like SwarmFarm's mentality is keep it light, don't go big. So we had a 500 kilo weight restriction put on us for the boom out the back. So all steel in here, so steel parallel arms, steel centre frame and a steel knuckle, we call it. And then from this point on, It's all aluminium.
Yeah, okay.
Bolted together, no welds, but that let us achieve that target weight.
Yes.
And another difference that we have with our boom than I'll call it traditional boom manufacturer is the width, like this big cross section we've got here. The reason for that is because we're running the weed detector systems.
On the front,
we don't want to have a boom that's out there wiggling back and forth. It needs to be stable. It needs to be stable, because the more stable you can keep this camera back and forward and up and down, the better result you're going to get with smashing it with chemical hit.
So is it lights with these cameras as well? Is it like light shining down or not?
They don't need light. They can work in daytime or nighttime. Right. They're just a detector. They detect the green in the weed.
Yeah, right.
So that's a big advantage, that you can spray at night with no light. I mean, we do have lights.
Yeah, you got little lights on them.
Middle, blue lights that'll shine along the boom. To show your spray pattern if you have to come out and check for blocked nozzles or whatnot. But these cameras, these detectors don't need light.
They don't need light, No, I just say that because we use a scent spray on our particular farm, and it needs the light to actually see the weeds underneath it.
Yeah, that's a fair difference with these.
With the weeded system.
Yeah, they can't do the green on green, but they're good at detecting
green on brown.
Is any green it sees?
Makes sense.
We'll take it. Got the height control system right out here, so radar, height control.
So if it's coming up quick, it's picking up before it gets there.
The and the contour banks, again, critical that you keep this at the right height, so you get the timing to the boom rail. Another thing that we do is aim our detectors straight down. You'll see that's 90 degrees.
Yes.
The reason we do that is for visualisation in stubble.
Looking straight down
the wheat stubble. You can pick up your little flea bane the size of a 20-cent piece. If you're trying to look forward, you're a big risk of being shaded.
Shadowy.
So, we keep them pointing straight down. We've got a full recirc stainless steel line, like proper recirc in one end, back to the tank at all times. And fitting the three nozzles there as options as standard. We'll fit a 40 degree for your spot spraying, give you 100 litres as a rate, with an extra coarse droplet size. Unless with the weed, if it's a bigger weed, it'll turn on 2, if not 3 of the same nozzles. So the bigger the weed, the more actually doubling your rate, or if not tripling your rate. And that's the advantage that it has over some other systems. The ability to turn on extra nozzles. If the camera detects that it's
a bigger weed, that's pretty handy.
The other common option is the green nozzles. Actually, he's got them fitted at every row. Normally we fit them every second row. They're the 110 degree. Turn every second one off, put your 110 degrees on, and you can go blanket spraying with this thing.
Interesting.
Which is, as Sam was saying here before, with the dock and refill, that's really going to open some doors for going in crop. Blanket spraying and not having to drag a trailer through your in crop. Nice and light, not damaging the ground. Again, we keep coming back to keeping these things small and manageable, rather than try and
they're trying to go 120 feet and just compete with the buddies.
You're going to be sitting in the shed more than you're out spraying, because after a rain event, these things can go. They're four-wheel drive, right? Not dragging any dead tyres or heavy weights. As soon as you can drive a side by side, or through the light crust, you can get out and be spraying with.
Which, provided your canopy, if you're spraying in crop is sort of dry enough, that's the perfect time to be spraying. Generally, it's when your weed's trying to take in moistures, when you want to hit it with a spray. If it's dry enough to actually keep it on the plant.
Yes, that's right. Towing these things, I think you touched with Sam with that before. They can tow well. So these things fold up, they'll fold forward, sit on those rests, and be under 3.5 metres. So that was another design requirement. Keep it under
What's the actual height when it lifts up off the ground? Like if you're, obviously canola's probably out of the equation when it gets sort of up to blooming stage, but like what sort of height are you going to be looking, like where can you get up to before it becomes a problem? Probably the height of the swarm bot itself, I suppose.
The height of the swarm bot, yeah, this will tower over the axles of the
swarm
bot. But bear in mind, this is a standard height machine.
Yes, you can go a higher
commonly with our mounted booms, we fit them to the extra high clearance ones, which are 400 mil higher than that.
Yeah, okay.
So they call it 1500 chassis. This is 1100 chassis. They call it 1500 chassis. So they're the kind of heights you can
get away with
looking at.
Yeah, yep. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
The dock and refill, or really, we haven't done a lot with that, but now that the dock and refill's been released earlier this year, that'll really open the door.
For sure. Yeah.
Keep these machines running, even when you got crop.
Yeah.
So that's the perception. Sometimes people think, oh well, these are only for fallow.
Yeah.
Once I've got a heap of crop, they'll sit in the shed. So we can now
push into that. And I could see that. I could see the reason behind it, because if you're spraying at 70 or 60 litres or whatever, it's going to be going back for a load pretty damn often.
Yes.
So it has to be. You have to have that dock and refill just to bloody keep the thing rolling, essentially.
Yeah, and you need to be at those rates for insecticide or whatever, just for the coverage. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so
you can't skimp on your rate. So that's a bit about what we do. This is a 12 metre machine.
Yep.
We do 13s, also common for guys who are on 4 metres.
Yep.
And want a camera in the centre. So you always want a camera behind the wheels if you can. This is going to be one of your high weed areas.
Yeah,
Trucks, right?
Yep.
So we want a camera right behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of any shading, so you're going to smash that.
What do you do with the sort of dust suppression for that in that case? Like obviously there's going to be a bit of dust, but I guess if it's doing 10 kilometres an hour or less, there's not too much dust.
It's not. We haven't found it to be a drama at 9.8 k's an hour.
Yeah, okay. Yep. It's just not an issue. Makes sense.
I will be honest, sometimes in towing instances, you can get mud that flicks onto your camera, and you just got to be aware of that and clean the camera. That's the only issue we've had really of a camera behind the wheel.
Yeah, okay.
Is when you tow it.
It's just one thing you've got to look for. Yeah.
Yeah, it can flick up there.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for that, Trev. Yeah, you got any more questions, Adam?
No, I think we've covered it off very nicely.
So, next spot we find ourselves is at Boss. Boss are very... we've been working with Boss for many, many years, and we're here with Dan. G'day, Dan. How you going?
Nice to meet you.
We've come to have a look at your newly, I'm going to say, acquired caliber sprayer.
Yep.
So, what can you tell us about it?
Yes, I started Caliber back in 2021. So basically, we built the company from the ground up back in Western Australia, which is our home roots.
Yep.
And then got to the point where we were getting a lot of traction here on the East Coast. So we'd built about 40, 50 machines that had come to the East Coast, and then Boss kind of reached out to us and said, oh look, there could be an opportunity here.
Yep.
Definitely made a lot of sense to me. It allowed us to keep growing the business and also support our customers that had already, got our products here on the East Coast. So made a lot of sense to join with these guys. We had very similar visions on the way we look after our customers and innovation and that kind of stuff. So basically we've taken the Caliber brand and completely rebranded it to Boss.
Yep.
Okay. And they've acquired the business, the design, and the foundations of Caliber are still there 100%, but we've just gone from being sort of that smaller startup to an ag manufacturing powerhouse now, which is exciting for me to be involved with for sure. And it's just a big playground of innovation now, and it's good.
So basically we've come to have a look at, so this morning we've had a look at the actual SwarmFarm machine on the front. We're going to focus on the sprayer in this particular video. So what can you tell us? What size tank we're looking at here?
So this is a 3,000 litre Boss Swarm Series sprayer.
Yep. So
specifically built to suit the Swarm bot.
Yep.
So the Caliber was pretty much the first machine to purpose build a trailed sprayer for the Swarm bot. So we invented this gooseneck design.
Yeah, okay.
So what that allowed us to do is get a lot more manoeuvrability out of the SwarmBot.
Yep.
And the other thing that we brought to the market was the high clearance machine as well.
Yeah.
So you can actually get 1 metre clearance on this, or you can option 1.4 metres.
Yep.
So what I find really exciting about that is previously in the discussion it's always got to be SP or plain when you start to talk clearance.
Yes.
But what's really interesting now is we can actually throw the robot in that conversation as well.
Yep.
We can sell you a sprayer with 1.4 metre clearance without having to buy an SP. We can actually do that with autonomy, which is pretty cool, especially when you couple it with the autofill now. So we've got some clients that are running sort of a couple of these machines at 2 times 27 metre booms, there's 54 metres with 1.4 metres of clearance with autofill, and all of a sudden it's a completely different way of thinking.
Yeah, certainly you're getting some decent efficiency really quickly.
Your efficiency and your capacity is starting to chase up there with the ground rig now.
It's getting there, yeah. By the time you incorporate the autofill and 27 metres of boom, and multiple
the
units.
autofill side of it, how does it actually work?
So basically what we've got is there's a stainless steel hopper that bolts up the top above the tank up there, and that will drive into a standpipe, and that will receive the standpipe, and then it will start, fill into the hopper, and then basically the hopper catches your batch, and then it will run through into the tank, and then sort of off you go. It'll use the level sensor in the tank to say, righto, the tank's full, we're good to go, we've automatically filled up. So that docking station's available from SwarmFarm Robotics. They supply the dock, we sort the sprayer out for you. So we work simultaneously with SwarmFarm, and then we can create the ultimate solution for the grower.
Yeah, okay. So you've got a little spray rinse tank for your wash head at the end of the day, running weed at cameras by the looks of it.
Yep.
And what do you got? You get just looking at the nozzles. What do you got going on there?
So you got your weed at sensors on there, and then you got each nozzle running at 50 hertz on 250 spacings, which is really unique with the weed at. Our sensor-based technology gives us extreme accuracy in all conditions, and then also you've got 250 spacing, so we've got that high definition spot spraying capability where we're able to really, really pinpoint weeds down to the sort of the size of your pinky finger or even your nail, like really, really fine weeds with the chlorophyll based system. We can pick that apart with extreme accuracy with a very tight offset as well. So we only need to look for 500 mil in front of the nozzle. We can detect and spray. So we're very accurate turning and shading and all those sort of things. So that's what really stands out about the weeder system.
So the one we saw this morning, they work on 10 kilometre system. This is the same 10 kilometres?
Yeah, so 10 kilometre system is governed by the SwarmBot.
Yep, no, just double checking that.
Yeah.
No, that's
but the weeder loves that as well. Obviously, it's got more time to work and
respond and do everything it needs to do.
Ensure its accuracy. Yep.
So, it's going to be a very open-ended question, I understand, but if you're running a 27 metre boom with autofill, how many hectares do you reckon you think you get across just doing a blanket spray, not a weeded spray?
So blanket spray, I'd have to run the calculations on it off the top of my head. I wouldn't know, to be honest, but pretty much I've got the numbers on your spot spraying numbers. Like if you're effective spot spraying, you can get sort of over 300 hectares in a day.
Yep.
Would be a good day.
Yes.
But with the autofill being pretty new, to be honest, we'd have to calc how that looks.
Yeah, okay.
But in theory, you're pretty much running it around the clock. There's going to be maintenance time, obviously, between. Yeah. But the idea is we're not having to stop, run to it, and fill it. So basically, you do the maths. 10 k's an hour. If you average that back to say 8 k's an hour times 24 hours of the day at 27 metre boom width. I don't know what that calc is, but if you ran that calc, it wouldn't be accurate to run it off 10, obviously. You wind it back a bit for a bit of downtime, fill time, etc.
Yeah.
So
you're autistic. Figure that out.
I was doing the numbers again. I was keeping it on 10. As soon as he said bring it back, the numbers went.
Yeah. No, someone out there's got a calculator, but you can't work it out on 10. You've got to wind it back to 7 or 8, something more reasonable.
You're never going to get full 10 all day.
Yeah, you're never going to get your full 10, right? So calc your boom width, 24 or 27 multiplied by, say, 7, 8 k's an hour.
So can you lift can it lift the wings up for you as well, the Swarm? Like if you want to come into like a channel area or something, or a rotorbuck area, can lift the wings up as well?
Yep, so we're working on that at the moment. So we've got we've got potentiometers on the wingtips. Yeah. So basically we're able to include that in the algorithm where we know exactly the position of our wingtip, where it is, and we can control that. Yeah, okay. So it's all part of the innovation that we're working on. Yep. So at Boss, we're pretty innovative. We're always pushing the boundaries. So we've actually just released 6-wheel drive as well. Yeah, okay. So we're able to drive the wheel on the sprayer.
That's cool. Okay.
So that...
It's a juvenile hydraulic.
Yep. So you got your drive wheels on your SwarmBot currently. So we take the same principle with Swarm in collaboration with SwarmFarm, and we apply that to the rear wheels as well, and we can drive them, which allows us to get over tougher country, sandier country, muddier country, contour banks. A lot more efficient energy use if we drive the 6 wheels.
Yeah, yep.
So that's a pretty new, exciting release as well.
Yeah, nearly anywhere with all 6 wheels driving, you'd imagine.
Yeah. No, it's a game changer. Yeah, it's been very successful in all the testing, and we're very, very happy with it. Been working with SwarmFarm on it now for a while, so it's been it's a good breakthrough.
Oh, that's very good, yeah. Go for a bit of a look down the back here again.
So if you have a look under here, you'll see the high clearance suspension. Yep. So a little bit like your SP in theory, how we've got the drop leg design with the cushion. Yep. And then you got your dampener on there, but basically if you shoot through from a rear view, you'll see that drop leg style suspension to give you crop clearance. Yeah. Okay. So that allows guys to that allows guys to get your because the philosophy is once you get rid of the theory of a tractor and a cab, once you remove a cab, it really opens the scope to clearance again. You know?
Well, the gooseneck eliminates the drawbar.
That's right, yeah.
That's interesting.
So yeah, coming around here, it's super simple to operate. You've got your fresh tank fill, you've got your main tank fill, you got your tank rinse on and off for your decontamination. Then you got your agitation bypass, which is just your bypass for what you want recirc in the tank. Then you got your weed it in here that you program up. You've got your flush valve for your electronic flush system. So these things are so smart they can flush themselves. Nice. So you'll program it up to go and do the job. And then once it's done the job, obviously you can program a flush. Nice. PWM decontamination is extremely important, so that's another really cool feature. It can flush itself and then head back to station. So basically you program it, you can go to sleep, wake up in the morning, it's waiting for you back at the fill station and it's flushed itself. How nice of it, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Done all the work for you.
If it could just actually put the chemical in and just,
Yeah, well, auto refill now. Auto refill, the development there, obviously the idea of that is you can get the auto fill system and then that will suck in your batch, mix it and drop it in the hopper as well. Perfect, So SwarmFarm Robotics, extremely innovative thinking in the way that they're basically trying to push all the boundaries that we can with autonomy and bring as much of that to the grower as we can.
Yep. This is about the level of spraying that I could do, I think, or the one where I don't actually have to do spraying. I love it.
We've talked about this technology.
Spraying's probably my least favourite of jobs on the farm, but I do it when I have to.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've got very good operators that can do it for me.
Yeah. No, that's the way. Are you running a spot sprayer at the moment?
So we run a camera spray on a Patriot.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're using the Sense spray system there.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, it's been very successful for us. It's not hard to see where all the money's saved in the camera spray system.
Yep.
And obviously moving forward, well then we're going to be looking at one of these in the future. But I mean the biggest worry that I have is I've got too many damn trees. I have a lot of trees, so getting good mapping and all that would be crucial to our particular setup and getting it right.
Yeah, mapping's key for sure.
And I think definitely bulldozers have something to be said.
Yeah.
Like the old Hitachi Hurricane that comes through.
I don't know anything about that, Adam. I don't know anything about that. But there's only so many trees you can knock over in a year, that's for sure.
Yep. No, 100%. Yeah. I think the reality for me is everything's going to be autonomous in the next, say, 10 years, right? Yep. So the SwarmBots are obviously breaking ground now, and the early adopters are the ones that are accepting this is the way it's going. So I have to accept that and start evolving my farm to suit that.
Yes.
Because the reality is it's coming, and as we've learned with farming, you have to evolve to stay with it. It's forever changing, and so you got to adopt the technology, you got to evolve because it's not going anywhere. This is the SwarmFarm at the start. And they're the guys breaking the ground. But the industry in general is going to be obviously heading that way. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
And trying to break patents. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, exactly. So, all right, well, that's very good. Thank you very much for that walk around. That's awesome.
Yeah, no worries at all.
We need to say, haven't we, Adam? Any more questions?
No.
Very good.